Welcome to yet another episode of The Social Connection. It's your program about social media news, the trends you talked about, the videos you shared, and what new changes the social media companies offered for its users. My name is Venkatraman, and with me is Preeti Tiwari.
Thank you, Venkat. Welcome everyone. In this edition, we'll take you through the top trends, latest news and everything that kept the social media platform busy. But first up, let's take a look at what we have in store for you in this edition.
Tributes and accolades flooded social media platforms as people remembered former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Organizers of largest tech conference in Europe hold first event in Asia. Delegates from 72 countries attended the event.
Microsoft launched its much-awaited Windows 10 operating system on 29th of July.
Tributes and accolades flooded social media platforms as people remembered former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who died in Meghalaya this week. Netizens took to Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp and other social media platforms to express their sense of loss. Here's a report on our beloved People's President. Former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was laid to rest in his ancestral village near Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu with full state honours. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, union ministers and other dignitaries along with people from all around the countries gathered to pay respects to Dr. Kalam. Social media was also flooded with the news of Dr. Kalam's sudden demise and hashtag Kalam Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, Kalam Salam was most talking and trending topic on all social media sites. Facebook and Twitter all around the week trended about Dr. Kalam. President, Prime Ministers and many other world leaders also paid tribute to Dr. Kalam in their messages. Leaders from neighbouring nations and other countries paid homage to the great leader. A 21-gun salute was given to the 11th President of India, who was popularly called the People's President. Dr. Kalam, who wanted to remain a teacher all his life, died as one. He died of a cardiac arrest on July 27th while delivering a lecture at the Indian Institute of Management in Shillong, Meghalaya. Dr. Kalam, who was president between 2002 and 2007, is also called the father of India's missile program. Born on October 15, 1931 in Tamil Nadu, Dr. Kalam graduated from the prestigious Madras Institute of Technology in Aeronautical Engineering. He was the project director of India's first indigenous satellite launch vehicle, was also awarded the highest civilian award Bharat Ratna in 1997 for his achievements in the field of science and engineering and authored several books. The most distinguished among them includes Wings of Fire and Ignited Minds. He motivated people through his thoughts and teachings.
One of Europe's largest tech meetups, Web Summit, launches Rise, its first conference in Asia. The event attracted over 5,000 people from 72 countries, including 300 investors. We bring you more in this report. Over 500 startup companies congregated in Hong Kong on Friday to attend Rise, the first conference in Asia, organized by Web Summit, one of the largest tech summits in Europe. Organizers estimated that event attracted over 5,000 people from 72 countries, including 300 investors. One of the companies attending the summit is the world's biggest drone maker, China-based DJI. DJI, whose best-selling Phantom 2 Vision Plus drone retails for around $1,200 in the United States, estimates that it already has about 70% of the commercial market worldwide and a larger portion of the consumer market. The company, headquartered in Shenzhen, announced in May that it secured a $75 million investment from Axel Partners, a venture capital firm that was an early backer of internet pioneers such as Facebook, Etsy and Dropbox. On Friday, DJI showed off two of its drone's latest capabilities. In the first demonstration, a staff member controlled the camera movements on the high-end Inspire 1 drone using a pair of virtual reality goggles. The drone's camera moved as he turned his head. DJI also demonstrated its new drone Mattress 100, which is equipped with a guidance system of ultrasonic sensors and cameras help it avoid obstacles. The Chinese company's head of communications, Michael Perry, said its success would change people's perception of innovation in Asia.
We're the first Chinese company to create a completely new market that never existed before. We're one of the few Chinese companies to go abroad first by focusing on the US and Europe markets before starting to focus on Asia. And I think that sort of development story, that success story, starts changing the way that people think about innovation in Asia. that there is huge innovative potential. You have a huge talent base of engineers, and you also have manufacturing capabilities right here. And that allows people to iterate a lot faster and come up with really unique and novel solutions.
The sentiment is echoed by Rise's organizer and founder of Web Summit, Paddy Cosgrave. Cosgrave said he decided to launch the event in Asia because the number of Asian startups who attend the Web Summit in Dublin had grown exponentially over the years. He added more and more tech companies with valuations of $1 billion or more, or unicorns, are coming from Asia.
5 years ago, there was only talk of one place in the world, and that was Silicon Valley. And that was producing Facebook and Twitter. But 5 years later, look at what's changed. You've got companies like Xiaomi, DJI, they didn't exist 4 years ago, and now they're taking on the world. There were 9 unicorns in Asia created in the last quarter alone. The world has shifted. It's no longer about Silicon Valley, and Asia's playing a massive part in the future.
Compass, a company that compiles an annual global startup ecosystem ranking, released its latest report on Monday, listing Silicon Valley, New York City and Los Angeles as the top 3 startup hubs in the world. Singapore is its top-ranked Asian city at number 10, but many major Asian cities, including those in China, Japan, Taiwan and South Korea, were omitted from the research due to language barriers, according to Compass. Rise says its attendants' top 5 countries of origin are China, Singapore, India, United States and the Philippines.
Microsoft's brand new Windows 10 operating system is now running on millions of computers and tablets around the world. The operating system is being launched to current Windows 7 and Windows 8 users in phases, so the number of devices now running Windows 10 will rise steadily in the coming days as more users get access to the platform. Take a look.
Microsoft launched its much-awaited Windows 10 operating system on Wednesday. Windows 10, which comes almost 3 years after the launch of the company's last operating system, will be available in 190 countries as a free upgrade for users of Windows 7, Windows 8.1 and Windows Phone 8.1. The immediate revenue hit from the free strategy is unlikely to be large, as Microsoft gets no more than USD 500 million for its USD 20 billion or so annual Windows revenue from upgrades. The vast majority of Windows revenue comes from hardware makers installing it on new PCs and businesses paying for multi-layer licenses. Chief Financial Officer Amy Hood said last week that Microsoft was looking to generate additional revenue by building search and gaming capabilities into Windows 10 interface. Microsoft, which unveiled Windows 10 in September, skipped Windows 9 altogether to put some distance between the new system and Windows 8, which confused many users by ditching the Start button menu and introducing a new layout. Windows 10 brings back the Start button, which may help the company appease users who were unimpressed by Windows 8. It also comes equipped with Microsoft's new browser, Edge. Patrick Moorhead, President and Principal Analyst at Moore Insight and Strategy, sampled Windows 10 and said Microsoft will have to do more to compete with Apple and Google. Microsoft said it was aiming to have 1 billion devices running Windows 10 in 2 to 3 years.
Well, it's time for us to take a short commercial break, but we have lots of interesting stories on the other side, so stay tuned and keep watching DD News.
Welcome back. You must be familiar with the top trending topics of the week, but here's a quick wrap of the top trends that rule social media platforms.
This week, Yaqub Memon remained a trending topic online. Before and after his execution, the social media was full with the news of the man executed for involvement in 1993 Mumbai bombings. Yaqub Memon, the lone 1993 Mumbai serial blast convict facing gallows, was hanged to death on Thursday, 30th July morning in Nagpur Central Jail. The bombings killed 257 people. Later, his body was handed over to the relatives. In a significant move that will save the lives of millions of animals, the practice of animal sacrifice has been banned at Nepal's Garimai festival. It is the world's biggest animal sacrifice event held every 5 years. It is said to be the biggest victory for activists and organizations fighting against the animal slaughter. The decision has been welcomed by animal rights activists who have been campaigning against the practice. An estimated 2 lakh animals used to be killed in the festival. This made Nepal a trending topic. Can a sweet trend on social media sites? Yes, an unusual but a sweet thing trended on Twitter and overshadowed the other news last week. Hashtag Rasgulla Divas was trending on Thursday when Lord Jagannath along with his siblings Balbhadra and Subhadra returned to the Sanctum Sanctorum at Odisha's famous Jagannath Temple of Puri. The function is observed after a fortnight-long sojourn that includes the famous Rath Yatra and the festivities. People tweeted drooling images of famous Rasgulla and shared other information along with the debate whether the Rasgulla was originally a product of Bengal or Orissa. The Wimbledon doubles champion Sania Mirza was recommended for the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, but Sports Ministry made it clear that final decision rests with only the awards committee. This made Sania and Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna a trending topic of the day. Pictures, messages and comments were shared heavily about Sania on Twitter. Sania won her career's first ever women's doubles Grand Slam title with Swiss partner Martina Hingis in June. She also became world #1 before winning the grass court major. Sports Secretary Ajit Sharan said the Sports Minister S. Sonowal has indeed recommended to the tennis exponent for the highest honor given for achievements in sports. Internet.org, an initiative by Facebook, unveiled solar-powered aircraft designed to provide internet access throughout the developing nations. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg posted a video previewing the Aquila aircraft last week. The Internet.org initiative is intended to provide internet services to developing regions. In the post, Mark Zuckerberg said, "I am excited to announce we have completed construction of our first full-scale aircraft, Aquila, as part of our Internet.org effort."
An Australian university team has been crowned Robo World Cup champions at the 19th RoboCup Games in China after their team of automatons battled its way to glory on the football field. The world's largest robo-focused competition saw 300 teams from 47 countries. Have a look at this.
An Australian team was crowned Robo World Cup champions at the 19th RoboCup Games in China on Wednesday, winning a competition that saw teams from around the world battle it out on the football field using the latest in programming technology. Now in its 19th year, the competition saw more than 300 teams from 47 countries participate. For the main competition, the teams run their own programs on a standard 58 cm tall robo. Once the competition starts, the robos are on their own, with the teams not allowed to interfere with the programming.
Yeah, they tell everyone else where they are on the field and where the ball is, and then make decisions. So maybe one player will play goalkeeper, another player says, "I'm closest to the ball, I'm going to kick it," and someone else says, "Oh, pass here, I'm standing here," and things like that. And they try and position around the fields and things like that. And then they share all that information. Everybody knows what everyone else is doing.
Harris reckoned the secret to his team's success was speed.
Everyone has the same robots. So it's all about how you program them and the intelligence. But we're fast. We have a really fast walk. And so we're fast to get to the ball first. And we can play in the direction we want to. And so it's really advantageous to us to be fast. And that's what wins us most of the games, is being fast.
In addition to the standard robos, competitions for medium-sized and humanoid robos were also run. Chinese broadcaster CCTV said that the aim of the competition is to encourage the development of robotics technology to a point at which a robo team can beat a human by the middle of the 21st century. Aside from football, the competition also showcases other developments in robotics such as search and rescue and uses in human society.
Well, don't go anywhere as we are heading for a short commercial breather. We have lots of interesting stories coming up. Stay tuned and keep watching DD News.
In Russia, a homeless man creating an online journal of his daily struggles on the streets of Moscow has become an internet buzz. The homeless man now hopes his newfound online fame could offer him a way off the streets. Have a look at this interesting report.
A homeless man creating an online journal of his daily struggles on the street of Moscow has become an internet hit in Russia. Zhenya Yakut, who started his video blog in late May, has already gone viral with over 38,300 subscribers to his YouTube channel and receiving over 1.1 million views. The self-proclaimed bum blogger says he wants to show viewers a side of Moscow life that they have not seen before. The series of videos uploaded to his online page vary from showing viewers how to travel for free in the Russian capital, find places where they can wash with hot water, and ways of making money by selling on items others have discarded in waste bins. Yakut says he moved to the Russian capital in the hope of finding a better life, but he soon found himself at loose ends in a difficult city with a high cost of living. Yakut was forced to live on the streets, and he says that he has over time learned to find ways of making his daily life easier. The homeless man now hopes his newfound online fame could offer him a way off the streets. He uploads at least one video per week to his channel and spends time responding back to online users who pose questions and request details about his life. Yakut says some people now recognize him on the streets, but that has not changed much.
People have started recognizing me more, asking to take a photograph with me. Otherwise, everything is as it used to be, the same. The street is my home.
Asked how his friends on the street were responding to his online popularity, Yakut said some didn't understand his goals.
Some watch me with envy, they say you'll be famous and so forth. Others say, what will I get out of this? When I ask them to appear on the TV show, what will I get out of this? They ask these questions. Why necessarily get something? At least you show yourself to the country so that they see and realize you exist.
Yakut is not alone in bringing the project together. 24-year-old Muscovite Andrei, who goes by the online name Voodoo, was walking along a street in the capital one day when Yakut approached him for money. Andrei says that he refused to give Yakut money and instead offered to feed him. Over a meal at a cafe, the young man took an interest in Yakut's life story and offered to help start a project where more people would get access to him. Using a smartphone to record short clips, the pair walk around Moscow as Yakut discusses his life and gives viewers a window into his daily experiences. Yakut hopes to attract online advertisers through his videos, but his online profile also gives details of how fans can make financial contributions. Yakut tells news agency Reuters that his greatest aim is not to be famous, but rather to secure a quiet life away from the busy Moscow streets.
Well, it's time to see all the feedback that you sent in on Twitter, Facebook and YouTube.
Well, that's the end of our show. Continue sending in your feedback, comments as you have been on ddnews.com @gmail.com, on our Twitter handle @ddnewslive, our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel.
Yes, but before we sign off, we leave you with an interesting video. See you again next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Lengua y dibujo. Aku fui matematik, problem, multiplication. Kita tayo to pinagola amon, itsokli amon, upay pag-eskwela.
When I see Ebola, I'm feel very sad. That is why I say I want to become a medical doctor.
Di ekosong di gosong akan kita dene di sakwa di dam respectable.
I do not think about my leg. I feel free.